Adjunct Professor Moran, Macroeconomics 111. Some thoughts on the effectiveness of monetary policy. Monetary policy is said to be cyclically asymmetrical. In other words, it works effectively to fight one economic problem, but not so much to fight a different economic problem. A tight monetary policy, a contractionary monetary policy, meant to fight inflation, is more effective at reducing GDP by reducing excess reserves and loans. It's called shutting the spigot. When interest rates go high enough, people will definitely stop borrowing money, and that will cut into consumer spending for durable goods and business spending for capital goods. So for contractionary monetary policy is very effective. But lowering interest rates sometimes does not result in an expansionary effect. That's because no matter how low interest rates go, if I as a worker am afraid that I'm going to lose my job in the future, I may not spend or borrow more money. So lowering interest rates may not have a stimulative effect depending on expectations about the future, for example. But raising interest rates significantly will definitely stop businesses and consumers from borrowing money. So monetary policy is cyclically asymmetrical. It's better at fighting inflation than it is at fighting unemployment. In order for monetary policy to work, the equation of exchange has to hold true. M times V equals P times Q. The amount of money times how many times a dollar changes hands in an accounting period times the rate of inflation times real output. These two sides of the equation will be equal. And this works. Monetarists want to increase the supply of money approximately the same rate at real output grows. Because if you increase the supply of money faster than real output grows, then you'll cause inflation. And if you increase the amount of money slower than real output grows, you may choke off growth because the money may not be able to accomplish that much trade if you assume in both scenarios the velocity of money is constant. But if the velocity of money changes, then the entire amount of the change in the money supply will not make it to this half of the equation. So if V is 4 and the quantity of money is 150, then total spending PQ will be 600. But if the velocity of money slows to 3 and the money supply increases by 150, then the change in nominal GDP on this side will only be 450 compared to 6. And so these people who believe in the equation of exchange and matching the growth of the money supply with the change in the quantity of money will want to definitely advocate that the velocity of money is constant. But we saw from previous examples that it's relatively stable in the short run, but does change over time. Our next discussion is going to be the net export effect for fiscal policy. When we discussed the net export effect for fiscal policy, we noticed that it was slightly counterproductive. Expansionary fiscal policy will be partly offset by something called the net export effect. But monetary policy is going to be reinforced by the net export effect. And this will be our concluding thoughts on monetary policy.